I should have known it was the music. I forgot it was a song. No, I'm not gonna lie. You would have never known they were best friends watching these fights. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, bro. No, the end of this fight, I would have thought it. But the beginning when he did that little tap thing, I was thinking they wasn't cool. But the end, I'm like, oh yeah, no, they cool. They hugged it out. How did? Oh, yep. 33 minutes. Whoa, there got to be some shorter thing. There's got to be something shorter, bro. Really? Have I watched it? Do I know this? Dude, why does it look like I've watched this video already? 33 minutes is kind of heavy, bro. Oh, wait, 7 minutes?
Did you have anything to do with the death of your husband?
No, I would never do anything to hurt my husband.
I can tell that she did it. I'm gonna tell you why. That little fucking white shit under her eyes, bro. These bitches lie all the fucking time. These bitches lie all the fucking time. That damn grin too.
I would never do anything to hurt my husband.
That fucking permanent grin. What the fuck?
Did you hire anyone to kill your husband?
Of course not.
Alright, what's going on, guys? My name is Chris, and today we will look at the life and death of Arturo Gatti. Although this is a widely popular tragedy in the sport of boxing, I want to shed some light on this case for the younger generation who may not know about Gatti's controversial passing. With that said, let's get into the video.
Mike Tyson neck training.
Arturo Gatti was born in Italy, then later moved to Montreal before finally living in New Jersey. Turning pro at the age of 19, it only took him 4 years before capturing the IBF super featherweight title. Gatti, however, was by no means the best fighter of his generation. With convincing losses to Floyd Mayweather and Oscar de la Hoya, there is nothing to be argued about if he's up there with the all-time greats. He simply did not do well against top opposition. However, these shortcomings were forgotten as he left his mark to everyone through his trilogy against Mickey Ward. A boxing match that turned into brawls is what we'll often see from Gatti. It almost seemed like he was a boxer by choice, but a brawler by nature. This contradiction in Gatti's style always kept Ward guessing, and the three fights always had a different outcome, with Ward winning the first and Gatti winning the next two. Fast forward after this, he would go on to lose 3 out of his 7 fights after the last dance with Mickey. This eventually forced him to retire in 2007 at the young age of 35, after getting KO'd by Alfonso Gomez. This decision was also made due to his sustained injuries that affected his performance as a boxer throughout his career.
Wait, what?
That affected Alfonso Gomez. This decision was also made due to his sustained injuries that affected his performance as a boxer throughout his career.
Oh, he had an injury. Okay, I didn't know he was injured.
In 2006, while Gatti was walking his dog, she saw a lady by the name of Fernanda Rodriguez.
That's what I was telling you, bro. I was literally saying that one fight, fuck every other fight, that one trilogy that he went on, bro. Ward and Gotti trilogy, them niggas it's like poison, nigga. It's gonna catch up to you, bro. Even if it's not today, it'll be something.
After Gatti's brutal fight with Alfonso Gomez, which is the only fight that Amanda Rodriguez saw, the couple got married. Of course, there were talks between them about having kids, and sure enough, they would have a baby boy a year later.
I'm dragging it.
Just like most boxers, however, retiring from the sport usually leads them to an unhealthy path. We've seen boxers turning from muscular dudes to looking like the Big Show.
Not everyone's
However,
gonna want to
some
fight
guys
like
Gatti
that,
took it to...
I'm not even gonna watch the Floyd fight. I know exactly what happened. Nigga Floyd just kept that space, kept bobbing and weaving, and went off
the
points.
Extreme by filling himself with drugs, alcohol, and being charged with several violations as a result. The couple did not have a good relationship, according to Arturo's close...
Did he fight Floyd back when Floyd was knocking niggas out? Was that when Floyd was knocking niggas out, or was that Money Mayweather? Which one? Historically bad. Yeah, it was like 90% KO. Oh, that was pre-Money Mayweather. Oh, cause I know Floyd was knocking niggas out before his hand started breaking and shit. Oh, it was Pretty Boy Floyd. Okay, yeah, nah. You should have said that. You should have said that. Then I would have. That's a different story.
Close friend Tony Rizzo.
Pretty Boy kill. Well,
Although
Pretty Boy's
Gotti was
killing
portrayed
niggas, bro.
as a chill and calm guy on the television, Amanda saw
Yeah,
different
nah. Pretty Boy
Gotti
was
whenever he was
he was
drunk.
killing niggas. I won't
They
lie,
would
bro.
fight, things were thrown, whether one person
Niggas
hit
don't know
the
about
other
pre-money
is still in
Mayweather,
question.
bro.
But come on, we already know it happened. In 2009, the couple began talking about divorce, with Gotti not being with Amanda and his son. A court order ignited a separation between the two, but just a couple of days later, the couple were back together, happy and smiling as if nothing bad happened. In May of 2009, they went to Europe, then to Brazil, with Gotti signing a will, leaving all his properties to his wife and son, just in case something bad happens to him. After the trip in Europe, we now move to Porto de Galinhas in Brazil.
Floyd made a
What a perfect place to hang out and probably fix a marriage, right? Apparently not for the Gottis. In the night of 2009, July 10th, a family dinner turned into an ugly fight between the couple. Gotti threw Amanda to the ground and left with their son. He came back later and the crowd got involved. From here, Gotti did what he was known for, which was brawl with people. He got into a fight with 4 guys, and when they went home, Gotti seemed to have cooled down a little bit when Amanda suddenly told him that it was over. Amanda went downstairs after a while, saw Gotti on the floor sleeping, went back up to their room, then came back 2 hours later.
Ain't no way right before he died, he just randomly made a will leaving. I'm saying.
Finding Gotti, cold and dead.
What?
Rodriguez called the authorities, but she was held in custody because of her suspicious actions. She was freed 3 weeks later after they ruled that Arturo hung himself with a strap, and this was when suspicions got even bigger for Amanda.
What?
She came out smiling out of prison, as if she was in the red carpet, ready to take pictures and autographs. Who in the world has this kind of reaction after losing her husband?
What?
After Gotti's death, Amanda and her son now has millions of dollars because of the will that was signed by Gatti. A private investigation was done by Arturo's camp, and they concluded that it was indeed a homicide done by strangling the world champion and killing him when he ran out of oxygen. With these facts established, let's look at some theories. If it was indeed a murder, the first thing that comes to mind is the size difference. Gotti, although drunk, was able to fight 4 guys just
I know he was on
hours
the floor.
before,
What I gotta go back
and has
to?
already cooled down when they went back home. How can a 100-pound woman kill a partly sober boxing champion? There were no signs of foul play, and the state of being drunk can possibly cover this up because of Gotti's inability to fight back. But we already know that the champ can fight even when he's drunk. The best case scenario for this is that Amanda strangled him while he was sleeping, but this act will probably cause Gatti to wake up and fight back, which will give hints of foul play after his death.
That is a good. How did she kill him? Like, how did that happen? How would she have went about that? Like,
secondly, no one went into the apartment besides Amanda and Arturo,
he was sleeping.
which kills the possibility
he was sleeping, but what did she do?
of an accomplice, unless Amanda did something to cover this evidence up. Thirdly, why did Gatti sign the will to...
Wait, no. She said she went down first time and saw him sleeping, laying down on the couch. Even so, I'm saying it's not even about what we know. She lied. We know she lied. But it's like hard to believe someone of that stature can, you know what I'm saying? Dude, I don't know. It's like, you know, I don't think she did it, but I think she was definitely involved in someone who did it. I think she hired somebody, if you ask me. Because if I'm getting a bunch of money, I might as well hire somebody to do me, like, get me that money. Multiple injuries at the time, and he had brought with 4 guys. That's true, but it's like life on the line, bro. None of that shit matters. Adrenaline just kicks in.
As much as we can suspect Amanda to be a gold digger, we can also suspect
I feel like someone else stepped in and helped her, bro.
With that much money
it's hard for me to wrap my head around the idea that she did it herself.
He must have known that he'll be leaving soon. And it'll be Gatti himself which will initiate that departure. If it was a suicide, the most common argument is Why did
Dude,
Gotti's body fall in a
I
different
can't see
direction?
her doing that,
If we
bro.
look
I
back at
really
the photo,
can't.
he hung himself in a wooden staircase, but ended up lying in a different place. Could this have been the authorities? Could they have moved Gotti's body after finding it? If this was the case, why was the blood not in the same place? They sure cannot move the blood. Secondly, if Gatti walked around at 160 pounds, there must have been some damage on the wooden column where he hung himself, but apparently there was not. There are also arguments with the purse strap not being long enough to wrap around Gotti's long neck or wide neck, and some questions on how durable the strap is to carry that much weight while it is hanging. This case will forever be a mystery, and I hope one day we'll get a logical conclusion, but I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
Let me think. Let's read some comments. Is that a knife? She poked him. I don't know why the knife is there. They keep showing the knife, but I don't remember one time they brought up what the knife was there for. Why I think it was a homicide. Skip to 647.
Where he hung.
We're there. The stair handrail where they claim to try to hang himself by standing on a chair simply is too short. Just try to imagine the scene Gotti standing on a chair. He will. Okay, whatever. It's too short. Okay, boom. That's established. The smile on the white. Okay, this is dude. Smile and too short. Okay, we already got that established. Boom. I don't think she poked him because there's like no. They would have found like something in the what's it called? Autopsy. They would have found that. You can't hide. You can't hide from an autopsy. Poison, stab wounds, choke marks. Like you'll see that in the autopsy. Bunch of blood on the scene. I know. But they didn't find wounds in his body. What are you not hearing? If they presented facts that he was stabbed, it would have been shown in the autopsy. So it's either the autopsy was tampered or it was never stabbed. Because he couldn't have healed that fast. It did seem like his body was moved though. If his body's not where the blood was, his body was for sure moved. Retired at the young age of 35. Okay. She's guilty. Is no one saying anything, bro? Oh, this was in Brazil. What? Attempted suicide in 2000. Alright, bro. So this was in Brazil, right? I just gotta double check. Oh, that says it all. That says it all. That says it all. They were in Brazil. I'm gonna tell you one fucking thing about fucking cops overseas, nigga. Especially on places like Jamaica, Brazil. These niggas are fucking corrupt to the fucking bone, nigga. I was right. She did pay somebody to do it, nigga. The fucking cops, bitch. That's who she paid. She paid the cops off, nigga. Whoever was on the scene needs to be investigated. Because these niggas are the one that cleaned up for her. She called them niggas down to clean it up for her. And they're the ones who investigated it and cleared everything and cleared her name and said it was all good. So, if he has, like I said, if you're saying he got poked, it had to be in the autopsy, no? But it wouldn't matter if the cops is fucking corrupt, bro. I just said that. Nah, what? Bro, she paid off the cops. That's the only way. They in Brazil, it's corrupt as hell. If the autopsy was in on it. If the autopsy showed something, I'm 98% sure a corrupt cop in Brazil can definitely get his hands on the autopsy and discard it. The coroner, I know, I'm agreeing with you. Oh, okay. Cool, right. Yeah, bro, this is. Yeah, that's tough, man. That's rough. They did do bro dirty. They did. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Damn, bro. I honestly don't even know who she hired. I don't know who. How do you find a corrupt cop in Brazil? Because I know that nigga put up a crazy fight. I'm telling you, she didn't do it herself because blood. Yes, that. There is no evidence. Did they test the blood? Was it all his DNA? Was any of it hers? Did they? I didn't see any marks on her, so it didn't look like she was injured. Whoever the nigga was his blood's definitely in that fucking blood. I know you're not saying it's her. We're saying it's somebody else. They didn't test the blood because they would find somebody else's blood that they shouldn't find in it. From what I remember. I didn't hear anything about testing a blood. What? Dude, I think that might be a night, man. Bro, I'm gassed. I'm tired. It's been like almost 2 hours. Do I have anything else on the buzzword list? Let's see. Let's see if we can knock something out real quick before 12, man. Because I do got work in the morning. I'm not going to lie. The son is going to hate the mom, bro. He's going to know, bro. I feel like this is like, it's crazy you do some of this shit like when you have kids, bro. Like the nigga will know. Oh,